How to raise prices without losing customers. Now I know it sounds kinda intuitive, and many people will say that this is not possible. The moment when I increase my prices, people will start leaving me. They will go to my competitors and they will buy from them because they sell way cheaper products. Well, that is not the case. I am going to reveal you in this video one key aspect that will help you raise your prices without losing any customer. In fact, that will actually get you more loyal customers that will buy from you again and again and again. But before sharing that, let me tell you, why would you even want to increase your prices in the first place? The first thing is you will get much more profit. Your profit margin will be way higher. Think about how many advantages you'll have if you have larger profit margin. First, you'll be able to hire much better experts within your company who can bring much more value to your company, will be able to solve very big problems and help you scale your brand. Also, with much more profit, you'll be able to afford to invest back in your company. Let's say that you're running ads. Let's say that you run some ads on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and guess what? In order to scale your brand, you'll need to invest back. And with a higher profit margin, you don't really need to wonder about how to find money to invest in your company. So that simply means that you have more ability to scale. And there's one more thing, and that is being able to spend more to acquire one customer. So you have to understand, at the end of the day, the business will be able to afford to pay more to acquire one customer that will win in the marketplace, period. What if I'm telling you that there is one more, and that is bringing more loyal customers? So let me prove you. Think about one of your friends, a friend who is using iPhone, for example. You'll observe most likely that he or she is using the whole ecosystem from Apple. They have their iMac, they have their MacBook, their AirPods, and even as little their apps. And on the other hand, think about a person who owns a Xiaomi. You'll notice that their phone can be from Xiaomi and their laptop can be from Asus, and then their headphones can be completely from a brand with no name. And that simply happens because Apple positioned themselves as a much more expensive brand on the marketplace. Even when Apple releases a new iPhone, you'll notice that a much higher percentage from their Apple users will go and buy that new product, even though they have a good phone that is working very well. A Xiaomi user will use that product for a long period of time, and even after 5 years of using that product, they will go and buy most likely a product from a completely different brand. And if we think about this logically, it doesn't really make sense. Apple charges the most money for their devices, yet people are more loyal to this brand. So why is that? First of all, their devices are perceived as more value. They are more convenient, they look better, they have more premium packages, they have a much better actually experience for the user. And when an Apple users own something from them, they just simply don't want to go and buy from their competitors because they're already using this product, they like it so much that they're not even thinking about other ones. So the best way to raise your prices without losing customers is to add value to your products and to your brand. Now there are multiple ways you can do that, but the best way is to tell a story. People buy stories. They're no longer buying a product or a logo. They're not so convinced to buy only from a brand, from a logo, from a no-face, just business. I want to give you another example, but before that, let me ask you this question. How much would you pay for a simple guitar? Just how much would you think is gonna be fair to pay for a guitar? Comment below and let me know. Is it $500, $700, $1,000? Comment below and let me know. What if I'm telling you that this guitar costs $73,000? Now, this guitar has an autograph from Jimmy Page. If you don't know who is Jimmy Page, basically he's an English musician. So has the functionality of this guitar changed? No. Does it have more features? Does it like give you more skills to play this guitar? No. It's the same guitar, but because it has a story behind it, you can have higher prices. Now, for people who don't know him, who are not fans of Jimmy Page, then they will say that this is a ridiculous amount of money. No one buys a guitar that costs $73K. And on the other hand, for the gym's fans, for the right audience, they will say that this is a fair price. They will respect that and they will appreciate that. So it's not only about adding a story behind your product, but also targeting the right audience. I am not saying that you need to get an autograph from a celebrity, from a well-known person in your marketplace. You can tell a story in multiple ways. So here are some options. First, ask yourself, what's your origin story? How did you come up with this idea, starting this business in this particular niche? You can tell that story in your ad copy, on your website, on the about page, or even on your product page. Now you have to understand that you don't need to write a big essay like you did when you were going to school. Here it's more important to tell your story in a very short paragraph, and it should be on the point, telling them a little bit about yourself and how you actually started this business. And people do care about that. Many will say that, oh, I don't want to share my story because no one cares. They care. Like I said in the beginning of this video, people are no longer convinced just by the product or just by the logo. They want to know who is behind that product. People buy people. And when you have a story, they will be able to connect with you on a deeper level, which leads to more trust and more credibility. Another question to ask yourself when you write a story is, what drives you to go on this mission? And it cannot be the money, because when you say that I'm doing this for money, people will not resonate with this. And actually they will feel kind of a little bit pissed off. And the fourth question to ask yourself when you write a story is, what do you have to overcome during your journey? Now I want to explain one thing both, because I want to prevent this thing. Some people will take this too literally. They will think that, okay, I'm writing this story and then I'm going to increase my prices from $100 to $1,000. But it's not working like that unless you have a well-known person or a celebrity who adds value to your brand. What you can do after writing the story, increase your prices by 20, 30, and even 50%. And see how it goes. Observe how the marketplace will respond. Sometimes it's not gonna convert as you want it. So you have to tweak your stories. You have to make sure to find that sweet spot of prices and your storytelling idea. And from there, you scale your brand. Now, crafting a story might be challenging. It can take multiple trials and errors and a lot of time and money, because you can think like, I run some ads and ad copy telling my story, but it didn't work. No, it's gonna take some testings until you find the right story. But if you wanna shorten the time and if you wanna run better ads with a great storytelling idea in a faster way, follow the link below and schedule a strategy call with me. You see, your story can be conveyed in a right way or in a wrong way that no one will listen to, and ultimately no one will buy from you, because yeah, you increase your prices, but if your story is weak, no one is gonna buy. They will simply not see the value of your products. So click on the link below and I will help you come up with a compelling and irresistible story that will position your brand at higher standards.